Alright, so that was toys. Okay, next movie I want to talk about. The Chipmunk Adventure. This is an old childhood favorite of mine. Like, I hadn't seen this movie for ages, and then I had this sudden urge, and I found out that there was this account on YouTube that actually had all of it, but I'm like, wow, it's really bad quality. So I actually ended up buying it offline for like $2. And so I have the real copy. Let me see, it's not right here right now, but rest assured, I actually own it now. So Chipmunk Adventure. I used to be a huge fan of Alvin and the Chipmunks, the cartoon. I didn't like the new movie as much because I thought it totally bashed it. This movie, watching it now when I'm a lot older and not as, I guess, easily amused as when I was a little kid. Even though I'm still easily amused. But, so Chipmunk Adventure. Pretty much rough premise. If you know anything about the Alvin and Chipmunk world, it's about chipmunks and the Chipettes. And, you know, they're kind of competing with each other because they're like, oh, hey, I don't know who can run around the world faster, because they were talking about traveling to Europe and stuff. And as it turns out, they end up getting into this little mess with a couple of diamond smugglers, and they're like, oh, hey, we'll pay for a trip for you guys to go around the world in a hot air balloon to deliver these dolls, which happen to have diamonds in them. So the premise is really A, far-fetched, and B, just kind of just random. Like, you don't even know how any real situation like this could even happen. But, you know, then again, it is a family cartoon, you have to understand that, and it definitely came out in the late 80s, so it's not even in the 90s, but the late 80s, so further back. And, anyway, overall, if you compare it to, like, the old Alvin and Chipmunk series, this had some of the new animation, so animation was actually really high quality. It was like the new Alvin and the Chipmunks that came out in like the early 90s. So it was not like the old style cartoon. There was like, I feel that there's like 3 levels of animation for Alvin and Chipmunks, but we're not going to get into that right now, so we'll talk about that some other time. Let's see. So, Chipmunk Adventure. Not much happens in terms of stuff. It's just them going around the world, they get into some dilemma, they overcome it, yada yada yada. And, you know, they try to throw in some heartfelt lessons here and there, you know, so it's very cheesy, very late 80s, very Alvin and the Chipmunk. There's at least like 5 or 6 song and dance numbers, which, you know, one of the songs was the reason why I actually went looking for it on YouTube, so that's how I found it. But overall, if you want to watch just like this old family movie with a bunch of music, and it doesn't have to be that great, definitely watch it. Pretty much I feel like the only reason watching it is just for the music, because I don't think it's that bad, and, you know, I can't hear these songs anymore. It's very nostalgic for me, too. I'm kind of nostalgic when it comes to stuff like that. Anyway, so, Chipmunk Adventure. Overall, now looking back at it, the movie itself, constructed very badly. I mean, you know, all the chipmunks and all the Chipettes, they pretty much have the same voices. I mean, there's not much character distinction, and even like between the guys and the girls, there aren't that many distinguishable qualities between the two, or at least the sets. So, I mean, if you really know about them, you'll know what I'm talking about. But anyway, they are different, but you don't really see it that much in this movie, just a couple times. So yeah, Chipmunk Adventure. I personally liked it. I still enjoy it, but it's not a good movie. So, Chipmunk Adventure. But great for the family, great for the kids. And I haven't done that many animation reviews lately, so alright. Okay, last movie I want to talk about is Changeling. This is a newer movie, actually directed by Clint Eastwood. Haven't seen a Clint Eastwood movie for a very long time. Stars Angelina Jolie. She's pretty much the main lead, and she plays a mother who pretty much goes off to work one day. She works for a phone company, you know, being like one of those operator managers. And she comes home and her son is not home. So it kind of makes you wonder what the hell happened. Now, right before you start watching this movie, they preface it with this movie is based on true events. So I was thinking, oh, okay, so it's not going to be sci-fi or whatever, because I actually thought that it was going to be like a weird movie about this kid who actually changes, but it's actually based on a true story. So pretty much the premise of the movie, she loses her kid, and then, like, you know, a while later, they find out that, oh, there's this kid reported that he's been seen. He comes back, they're reunited, and it turns out that this kid is not her kid. So you pretty much get really deep into the whole. I think it took place during the 20s, 1920s, 1930s, or something like that. But it was pretty much when L.A. in California, their police department had issues with integrity. So let's just say that. Needless to say, I actually thought the movie was very well crafted. It did talk a lot more about politics and laws and things like that nature in the movie a little bit more than I wanted it to, but overall the construction was very clean, and I actually think it was very important. So I actually respect the editing and everything that they put into it. So very well done, very worthwhile watching. Pretty much the beginning of the movie leads into this very exciting part of the movie. So it kind of starts off as mostly just a drama, and then it kind of ends up as like a thriller suspense drama. And the huge thing I really liked about this, it was a very good character development movie. Like first 5 minutes, you pretty much get to understand the relationship between this mom and her son, and then they build up some of the other big characters, like the chief of police, the inspector of police, and some other people that you see a lot throughout the movie, and it is just so well crafted in that way. And I love the music. It takes music from like some of the old like jazz bands that you would hear from that time, or like music that you hear in like a bar room nowadays from a small band. So definitely worth watch. Definitely recommend Changeling. I liked it a lot. Definitely worth watch. So, but remember, it's just a drama, and once again, it doesn't quite have the happiest of endings, so be warned. Alright, that's it for today. I'm not even sure. I think I only went all the timeline. This might have to be 2 parts. But have a good night. Enjoy the movies.